Before I begin this video, I have a very humble request to everyone to not wish Bijoya Dashami to each other before Ma Durga is taken off the pedestal, because it would be really ironical if we start wishing each other good morning or like good evening, like Shubha Vijaya, so casually to each other before Ma Durga is taken off of the pedestal. So please wait. As you can hear in my neighborhood that they are preparing for the immersion of Ma Durga. So let's wait. Let's wait for Ma Durga to be taken off the pedestal, and then we can start wishing each other Bijoya Dashami. But one more thing, I am not too sure about whether we should use the word Happy Bijoya Dashami or Shubho Bijoya Dashami, because I have got no idea how Shubho it could be when our Ma is going away. I am not too sure about the Shubho-ness of the Shubho when our Ma is being immersed in water body or in Ganges or in nearby pond. So so on this very heavy heart, I am beginning this video. Maybe after a lapse of probably 1 month. I'm sorry for this gap of my previous video and this one. But the video that I'm going to shoot this time round is related to not only Ma Durga, is related to Ma Durga's a lovely husband Shiva, is related to Ma Durga's lovely children Kartikeya, Ganesha, is related to many other gods. My favorite, Lord Krishna, is related to someone who took the incarnation of Vishnu, Krishna, and also the person who was incarnated, Lord Vishnu. And also it would be related to a very famous character who died in the battleground of Mahabharata, called Shikhundini. And it would be related to also Ramchandra, because this is something that is celebrated all over India, not so much in Bengal, but everywhere, in every part of India and many other parts of the world, as Dussehra, as Dussehra, in which Ravan is burnt and Ramchandra shoots arrows like missiles, and Ravana is burned. So that is Dussehra, or in Bengal Bijoya Dashami, in which we burn all our evils. So this video would be concluded on this symbolic burning of Ravana by Ramachandra. But that's but I'm going ahead of myself. And the video I like to begin with Shiva and Parvati. Now Parvati, wife of Shiva, Parvati, because since it's Bijoya Dashami, and so this video has to begin with Parvati. This video has to begin with Durga. So Parvati once requested Shiva that, I want to share your experience. And how did she share Shiva's experience? By becoming almost a body that we can call male, no, call female, no, we can almost call she-male, that is in mythology called Ardhanarishwara. So Ardhanarishwara therefore becomes a brilliant example of gender fluidity, of gender neutrality, in which Shiva and Parvati, they are not different identities, they form one. So the idea is that if you have a feminine feature as a man, you become perfect. The idea is that if you have masculine feature, but you are born sexed female, then you are perfect. So the idea of feminine man is beautiful. The idea of masculine female is absolutely beautiful. Something that we celebrate in Ardhanarishwara, in which Parvati shares Shiva's experience, right? In which Parvati shares Shiva's experience. So, so that is how the myth of Ardhanarishwara goes. Now, this aspect of feminine masculinity is so popular in mythology that even Vishnu tried it once. That Vishnu took the form of Mohini. Vishnu took the form of Mohini, and when Vishnu took the form of Mohini, Parvati's husband, our very own Lord Shiva, became so excited having seen the female avatar of Vishnu, which is Mohini, that Shiva chased Mohini and had sex with Mohini. And you know what? There was also a boy child who was born out of the sexual union between Shiva and the female avatar of Vishnu, that is Mohini, and the name of the son is Ayappa. Yeah, the name of the Ayappa. And you know, in many parts of the world, in India, Ayappa is celebrated, worshipped almost as a pilgrim. And do you know who Ayappa is? Ayappa is the child of the sex between Shiva and Mohini. And who was Mohini? Mohini is the female avatar of Lord Vishnu. So basically, Shiva had sex with man and produced Ayappa. So this is how this gender fluidity myth continues in our history, in our mythology. Now, when we are talking about the role of gender fluidity in mythology, how can Lord Krishna be far off? How can he be far off? You know, Krishna, who is Krishna? Krishna is basically the incarnation of Vishnu. Yes, the same Vishnu who took the form of Mohini. And Krishna himself also tried once. Krishna himself also tried the form of Mohini. And not only did he try the form of Mohini, Krishna became a woman, that is Mohini, and married a king called Aravan. And when Aravan died, then Krishna, as Mohini, continued mourning as widow for his husband Aravan. And for several days, Krishna, the incarnation of Vishnu, kept on mourning as Mohini for his husband Aravan. Can you imagine that? Lord Krishna cried as widow for her husband Aravan for several days. Next, when we talk about Krishna, how can we be far off from Mahabharata? Let us talk about a very, very controversial figure of Mahabharata, like Shikhandini. Now, Shikhandini, you know, those of you who know Shikhandini was born female. No? Yes? No? Yes. Shikhandini was born female. And when Shikhandini was born female, that means Shikhandini was gender assigned female at birth. And then he fled into forest and met a particular made someone called Yaksha, made someone called Yaksha, and exchanged gender with Yaksha. He exchanged gender with Yaksha, and therefore forest has always already been an extremely site of queer. For those who are not familiar with queer studies, they can visit my previous videos in this channel. And he met Yaksha and exchanged gender with Yaksha. So therefore Shikhandi became Shikhandini. And we can almost call, therefore, much like Arjun, much like Krishna, Shikhandini as the probably early trans woman in Indian history. And then Shikhandini became man. Then Shikhandini became man, a trans man. And Shikhandini, as a trans man, died in the battlefield of Kurukshetra as man, who was born female at birth, who was gender assigned female at birth. So this is how Shikhandini died in the battleground of Mahabharata. Right. Now, on this Dussehra, we can conclude this video with a reference of Ramachandra. Now, Ramachandra, when he was preparing himself for a banishment of 14 years, 14 long years in wilderness, then many of his fans and followers gathered there to see Ramchandra. Many of his followers gathered there to see Ramchandra. And Ramchandra, what did he request them to? He requested, Ramchandra very politely requested all his followers to go away to their respective places and let him go to Bonavas, let him go to banishment in wilderness for 14 long years. But they stayed there, and when Ramchandra came back, having completed his Bonavas, having completed his banishment in wilderness after 14 long years, then he saw that all those people were there, but they were not there in isolation. The males have become united with females, and the females have become united with males. So that is the suggestion. That is the suggestion that male and female, they become united, and that is the birth of the Hijra community. So we get the reference of the birth of Hijra community in our epic Ramayana, right? In Ramayana. And many of my students are studying Indian classical literature in their UG, CBCS, in different semesters. So they will be reading Mahabharatas, they will be reading Ramayanas, they will be reading the ancient Indian classical epics in their semesters. So you'll get these references, you will get a lot of these references of gender bending, gender crossing, gender fluidity, right? So therefore, in Ramayana, Ramchandra came back and found that men have become united with women have become united with men, and they are still waiting for Ram to return from Bonavas. And that's why the Hijra community is burned. And Ram was so, the king was so, Ramachandra king was so overwhelmed with that constitution of the Hijra community that he blessed them and conferred them the ability to bless others. And through this tradition and ritual began the Badhai tradition. Something that a very popular movie in Bollywood called Badhai Ho or Badhai Do does allude to, does refer to. And at the end of that movie also in Badhai Do, the rainbow flag marching happened, the LGBT community came out of the closet and all that. So therefore, on this very note of Dussehra, Bijoya Dashami, Shubho or Shubho, that is for you to decide. Let us kill our Ravan within. Let us kill our Ravan within, and let us bless the people of the margin, the people of the margin. It can be Dalits, it can be poor, it can be say migrants, it can be gay, lesbian, transgender, pansexual, bisexual, hermaphrodites. Let's be kind to them, let's love them, and let's burn the Ravan inside us. And who is the Ravan inside us? The hatred, the jealousy, the bitterness, the anger. They are the Ravan inside us. Let's kill them. And very much like Ramchandra did bless the Hijra community after having come back from 14 বছরের বনবাস, let us celebrate all the good things, love and kindness, and let's burn the Ravan called anger, Ravan called jealousy, Ravan called bitterness from within. And on this very happy note, where we have celebrated Shiva, Parvati, Vishnu, Mohini, Krishna, Shikhandi, Ram, happy Dussehra to you, Bijoya Dashami to you. But let's wait till our Ma Durga's icon is taken off the pedestal before wishing each other Bijoya Dashami. আসছে বছর আবার হবে Bijoya Dashami. To everyone, happy Dussehra. To all my subscribers, teachers, students, followers, fans, everyone. Happy Dussehra and Bijoya Dashami. And meanwhile, see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.